Okay, so you're looking into using PayPal for investments, right? And frankly, trying to sift through all this info can be, a bit much.
It definitely can be. There's a lot floating around.
Exactly. So in this deep dive, we're really zeroing in on what you actually need to know. Our goal here is pretty simple. Lay out clearly how you can use PayPal to fund brokerage accounts, what you can invest in, and importantly, what the limits are.
Right. What's possible and what's, well, maybe not so straightforward.
We've looked at explanations about linking PayPal to brokerages and also lots of lists of platforms that actually work with PayPal. So let's get into it.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, how a platform we use for, like, everyday payments bumps up against the investing world. You'd think it'd be a simple connection, but
It is more nuanced.
it is. It reflects the different rules, the different ways these financial services actually operate. Regulations, operations, it all plays a part.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's start with maybe the more traditional way, even if it's indirect. Our sources say you can often fund traditional brokerage accounts using PayPal. Let's take a big one, like Fidelity. How does that work?
Right. Fidelity is a good example. For them, and probably some other established brokers too, you can usually link your PayPal account pretty much like a standard bank account.
Okay.
You use your brokerage account's routing and account numbers. You put those into PayPal.
Ah, I see. So PayPal just sees it as another bank connection.
Essentially, yes.
Right.
And that lets you transfer money from your PayPal balance into your Fidelity investment account.
Gotcha. So once the money lands in, say, that Fidelity account, what can you actually invest in then?
Well, once it's there, you're basically in the traditional brokerage world. So you get access to a really wide range of things.
Like stocks and bonds?
Stocks, bonds, definitely. Also mutual funds, ETFs, exchange-traded funds, options, futures if you're into more active trading, plus things like retirement accounts, professionally managed portfolios. It's the whole suite, really.
Wow. Okay. So it's comprehensive. The PayPal part is just the funding mechanism, the getting money in part.
Exactly. It's a two-step thing.
Yeah.
PayPal is the source. The brokerage gives you the investment access.
And setting up that link in PayPal itself, is that difficult?
Generally, no. It's usually quite user-friendly. You go
Yeah.
into your PayPal account, website or app, find the link a bank section, more or less.
And just plug in the numbers.
Plug in the routing and account details from your brokerage. There's usually a quick verification step, maybe small deposits, the drill.
Right. The usual verification.
Then once that's done, you can start moving funds from your PayPal balance over to your investment account.
Okay. That covers the traditional route, the indirect way. Now, what about the brokers, maybe more online-focused ones? That might actually accept PayPal directly. That sounds potentially easier.
It can be more streamlined for funding, yeah, but it brings other things to think about. Well, if you're looking at a broker that takes PayPal directly, especially now in 2025, convenience is just one factor. You've got to look closely at what they let you invest in.
Okay.
What are their fees? Not just for trading, but for using PayPal, maybe. How fast do deposits and withdrawals actually happen?
Processing times, yeah.
And crucially, do they operate where you live? Are they properly regulated? That's a big one. And of course, is their platform actually easy to use?
Right. Regulation and usability are key. So who are some of these platforms that integrate directly with PayPal? We found quite a list. Maybe we can start with some of the bigger names outside the really traditional ones.
Sure. eToro comes up a lot. It's a very popular platform globally.
Right. I've heard of them.
And our sources suggest they make PayPal funding pretty easy. They're also known for social trading, copy trading features.
Oh, interesting. So you can see what others are doing.
Yeah, that's the idea. Asset-wise, they offer stocks, ETFs, crypto, and also CFDs, contracts for difference. And they have a pretty wide global reach.
Okay, so eToro. Easy PayPal, broad assets, including CFDs, social features, global. That seems like a major option.
Definitely a key one for direct PayPal funding.
What about Robinhood? Also super popular, especially in the US.
Robinhood's a bit different.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like they take direct PayPal deposits in the usual way.
Oh, okay. So no direct link?
Not directly from the PayPal balance, it seems.
Yeah.
But some users report they've had success funding their Robinhood account using a PayPal-linked debit card.
Ah, the debit card workaround. We'll probably come back to that.
Exactly. And Robinhood gives you access to stocks, ETFs, options, and crypto. So it's an indirect route there, potentially.
Okay, so the PayPal debit card might be the key for some platforms.
Yeah.
What about More established online brokers, thinking eTrade, Charles Schwab, Vanguard maybe.
Right, the big online names. For eTrade, they offer the usual stuff: stocks, ETFs, options, mutual funds, direct PayPal. Probably not their standard advertised method.
But maybe possible?
It's always worth checking their absolute latest funding options. Sometimes things change, or they might support PayPal-linked accounts in some way, even if it's not shouted about.
Okay. And Schwab.
Similar story for Charles Schwab. Wide range of traditional investments. Some users, anecdotally, seem to have funded using PayPal-linked methods. Again, probably not an official direct pay with PayPal button.
Gotcha. Verification needed. Vanguard. Known for index funds.
Vanguard, yeah. They might allow transfers from PayPal-linked accounts, but again, you'd absolutely need to check directly with them. It's not their primary focus.
It feels like for these larger, more traditional online guys, direct PayPal isn't really the main way in. The debit card route seems more likely if you want to use PayPal funds indirectly.
That seems to be the pattern, yes.
Yeah.
The direct integration is less common there.
Okay. Any other platforms that stood out on the list?
Well, there's tastytrade. They focus heavily on options and futures.
Right, for active traders.
And funding via PayPal-linked accounts is mentioned as a possibility there too. Beyond that, you start seeing quite a few brokers that are really focused on CFDs, Forex, and crypto.
Okay, different category almost.
Yeah. Names like United Pips, Red Mars, Capital Core. They reportedly accept PayPal, often operate globally, and a key feature they promote is high leverage.
High leverage. Now, that's something people need to be really careful with, isn't it?
Absolutely. Critically important. Trading CFDs and Forex, especially with high leverage, amps up the risk significantly. It's just a very different beast compared to buying and holding stocks through a traditional broker.
That's a really crucial point. Understand the product before you jump in just because they take PayPal.
Precisely. These aren't always the best fit if your goal is long-term stock ownership, for example.
Right. So we've hit some big names, these specialized CFD Forex platforms. Our source material also listed a whole bunch of others that take direct PayPal. Many seem to be CFD focused too.
That's right. The list is quite long. You see Plus 500, Avitrade, XM, Pepperstone, IG Group, though sometimes that's spread betting depending on the region.
Okay.
Also Libertex, Markets.com, FP Markets, they're based in Australia, Swissquote for some international accounts, and XTB, which is big in Europe.
And these are mostly dealing in CFDs on various things, stocks, Forex, crypto.
A large majority, yes.
Yeah.
They offer CFDs on stocks, indices, Forex, commodities, crypto. The underlying asset varies, but the mechanism is often CFD trading.
So again, if someone's main goal is, say, buying and holding actual shares of Apple or an S&P 500 ETF, these CFD platforms, even with easy PayPal funding, might not be the right tool.
That's a fair assessment. They provide exposure to the price movements via CFDs, but it's not the same as direct ownership. The risks, the mechanic, they're different. Your goals and risk tolerance really have to dictate the platform choice here.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, let's circle back quickly to the indirect methods. We mentioned the PayPal debit card. Is the PayPal cash card the same thing, basically?
Yes. The PayPal cash card functions like a debit card linked to your PayPal balance. So if a broker accepts standard debit card deposits,
Which many do.
which many major U.S. brokers do, we mentioned Schwab, eTrade, Vanguard, often allow debit card funding, then using your PayPal cash card or linked debit card becomes a viable workaround.
So even if you don't see a big PayPal logo on the funding page, if they take Visa or MasterCard debit, your PayPal card might just work.
It very well might. It's drawn from the same PayPal funds, just through the card network. A good practical tip to remember.
Definitely. Now, what about PayPal itself? Does PayPal let you invest directly on their own platform?
They do, but it's quite specific right now.
Yeah.
Their direct investing is focused purely on cryptocurrency.
Okay. Just crypto.
Yes. Through PayPal directly, you can buy, hold, and sell a few major cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and also their own stablecoin, PYUSD.
So no stocks or ETFs directly within the main PayPal app.
Not directly owned through PayPal itself, no. But as we said, some brokers, like eToro, do let you buy actual stocks after you funded the eToro account using PayPal.
Right. So PayPal for crypto directly or PayPal to fund eToro, then buy stocks on eToro?
Exactly. That seems to be the landscape.
Okay. Now, let's flip it. Are there any big names, especially in the U.S., that definitely do not take direct PayPal deposits, just so people know not to waste their time looking?
Yes, the sources were pretty clear on several major U.S. brokers. Interactive Brokers is one. TD Ameritrade, though they're merging with Schwab, the policy was no. Merrill Edge. Webull, SoFi.
Okay, quite a few big ones there.
Yeah, most of the other major U.S. stockbrokers don't offer that direct PayPal deposit option. If you're set on using one of those, you'll likely need to look at ACH bank transfers or potentially that debit card workaround we discussed, if they allow it.
Good to know. Save some searching. What about Venmo? It's owned by PayPal, right? Does that play a role here?
It's owned by PayPal, yes, and huge for peer-to-peer payments. But for directly funding investment brokerage accounts, its role seems very limited, almost non-existent currently. Brokers generally don't accept it for funding.
Okay, so Venmo's out for this purpose. And the sources mentioned Gumroad. That seemed a bit random.
Ah, yes. Gumroad is a platform for creators to sell digital products. The relevance is that they actually stopped supporting PayPal back in October 2024.
Oh, okay. So less an investment platform, more a payment change that might affect creators who maybe use those funds.
Exactly. It affects creators getting paid and customers buying, breaking that PayPal link entirely on their platform. Less direct investment relevance, more a note on platform PayPal relationships changing.
Understood. And one more clarification, just because a platform, maybe a crypto exchange, lets you buy crypto with PayPal, but doesn't automatically mean you can use PayPal to fund stock purchases on that same platform, correct?
That is a really critical distinction. Absolutely. PayPal integration is often very specific. Accepting it for crypto buys doesn't guarantee acceptance for stock trading or CFD trading or anything else on that same platform. You have to check the funding options for each specific asset type you want to trade.
Okay, excellent point. So as we start to wrap this up, what are the really crucial takeaways for someone listening right now thinking about PayPal and investing in, say, April 2025?
I think the main message is this.
Yeah.
If you want the most direct, flexible way to use PayPal funds for a variety of assets, stocks, crypto, maybe CFDs, the global CFD brokers are often the ones actively offering that broad PayPal integration.
Okay. But with the caution about CFDs we discussed.
Absolutely, with that important caution.
Yeah.
Then, eToro stands out as a platform providing more direct access, specifically to U.S. stocks and ETFs using PayPal funding, compared to many others. And crucially, remember that right now, among the major traditional U.S. stockbrokers, Fidelity seems to be the main exception, allowing direct PayPal deposits, specifically for investing. For most others, it's likely indirect methods or simply not an option.
And why is that the case? Regulations.
It's likely a mix of things. Regulatory requirements are different for payment processors versus brokers. There are operational hurdles, different ways of handling fund transfers and security, and risk management strategies at these institutions. It's complex.
So be cautious with lesser-known platforms claiming PayPal integration.
Definitely. Always prioritize well-regulated, established platforms and double-check their actual current funding methods. Things can change.
Okay, so let me try and summarize that for you, the listener. Directly funding the big U.S. brokerage accounts with PayPal. Generally, limited fidelity is the key exception we found. But quite a few platforms, especially global CFD brokers, do offer this. Just be very aware what CFDs are. eToro looks like a significant option for more direct stock ETF access via PayPal. And don't forget that your PayPal debit card might be your way in indirectly if a broker takes debit cards, but not direct PayPal.
Good summary.
So really think about your investment goals, what you want to buy, your risk comfort level, and then see which platform, if any, fits that and works with PayPal in a way you're comfortable with.
And that leads to a final thought, maybe something for you to ponder. Given how fast financial technology changes, how might this integration between payment platforms like PayPal and the traditional investment world evolve?
Yeah, will we see more direct links in the future?
Could we? And what would that mean for individual investors like you? Easier access, different risks. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And always, always read the specific terms and conditions for any platform you're considering. Get the latest info directly from them.
I am thrilled to offer you an opportunity to earn a significant return on your invested funds. If you loan me a $20,000 sum, I will personally ensure a 10% return every year, with the money automatically zelled back to you monthly for 2 years. This is a fantastic chance to grow your investment with minimal risk, as your funds will be returned every month without fail. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, follow for more updates, and don't forget to sign up for the exclusive bonuses down below.
Listen up, traders, it's your lucky day. Quick gains insights is here to stay. Subscribe now, come join the fray. Financial wisdom will light your way. Join Quick Gains Insights today. Like this video, pave the way. Sign up in the description, no, without delay. 4,000 free insights today. Like this video pave the way. Sign up in the description without delay. 4,000 free, let's slay.